everyone, and welcome to Miss Tina's Garden. While we have been away from school, Miss Tina has been working hard planting a garden, and I want to show you guys all about it. I have this video, and there is also a PDF on Miss Duncan's website that is the same presentation, only you would look at the pictures and read it yourself rather than me reading it with you. Okay, here we go, Miss Tina's Garden. First, I had to buy seeds. I will be planting peppers, carrots, spinach, cucumbers, tomato, basil, and parsley. While I wait for my seeds to grow, I had to prepare my garden. I haven't done a garden since Brian was born, so it's been a long time. First, I dug out the grass, and then I tilled the dirt, which just basically means I got a tool and we kind of broke up the dirt so it wasn't so hard. Next, we set the blocks for the border. And last, we added our fresh dirt mixture. We are now ready for our plants to be added to the garden. So right here is where I planted the seeds in a little inside greenhouse. And then I had to transplant them to a bigger pot. You can see right here, some of the seeds were starting to sprout. But my basil was sprouting enough to where I could move them from these little pods here into the little pots. Okay, so now we are going to watch a video where Miss Tina actually planted some things so you could see. All right. So now let us do the demonstration on how I'm going to transplant those pepper pots. Okay. Let's flip this around here so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I have these little planter pots here, and I am going to add some dirt into the pots. So let's get our dirt up on the table here. Back it up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take the dirt and add it to the pots. I'm not going to fill it up all the way just yet. I'm going to fill it up, you can see, about 3/4 of the way. Okay, press it down a little bit. This. All right, so closer. Okay. Now I'm going to take my pepper plants and I'm going to kind of squeeze it a little bit to break up this paper here on the side. I'll even tear the paper because we want this dirt to kind of get combined in with the dirt that's in the plants or in the pots there. So I'll go ahead and peel that right off. And then I'm going to set my little plant right there in the dirt. Okay, and we'll grab another one and do the same thing here. See? And once we have these right here in the dirt, I'm going to add a little bit more dirt to the top. Cover it up. Careful there, we don't want to bury those leaves. Okay, move it around. And then I'm just going to press down lightly on it. Okay, maybe I'll grab another little handful there. And then, what do we know that plants need? We know that it needs soil. We know that it needs sunshine, so we will take those outside later. But it also needs some water. So we're going to go ahead and give these pepper plants a nice good watering. All right. Just like that. Oh, and you can see there's a hole in the bottom. When the plant has decided that it has enough water, it will drip out the bottom, okay? But not to worry. I put paper down on the table there, so it will not ruin my table. So there is the pepper plants that we've transplanted. Now, in a couple weeks when it starts to get warmer, I'm going to take this outside into my garden, and I'm going to plant this pot right in the soil and watch it grow. I'll continue to do these lessons with you guys so you can see how big my garden is getting and what kind of vegetables that we get. Okay, so also, I want to show you these little seed starter packs. And we'll just do one here real quick. Okay, it looks like cardboard. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put it right in the greenhouse, and you can see there's some water in the bottom there. And we're going to add a little bit more water right on top of it. Okay, it's going to take a couple minutes, but you can see this one is much smaller than these ones over here, because as you add water to it, it's actually going to start to grow and it softens up a little bit. So we'll give that a minute to let it really soak up that water and start to grow. I don't know if you can see that. It's starting to loosen up just a little bit there. It might take a little bit of time. But once that starts to grow, we're going to take our little seed packet here, open it up, and see we had to look at the back and see when we were supposed to plant it. Okay. Can you hold this for me here? All right. So we're going to take and open up the seed packet here. And you see these are the spinach seeds. So we're just going to grab a little pinch of them. Okay, and you can see they're really tiny. And we're going to go ahead and put it right here, right in the center of our pod here. Okay? And after a while, it's going to start growing big, and we'll see little sprouts, and then we can go back to planting it in our little pots. Okay. Flip. All right, so that is how I did some of the planting, and that's all I have for you now. It's still been a little bit too cold.